Hello everyone, welcome back to Bosley. Still down the yard. I haven't done a little video. Hello guys, attempt number 2. After dropping the GoPro in the sink. Spot on. I ain't done a video for a while, so I thought I would make myself useful. Not much going on this afternoon. Up to date with all my repairs, etc. So, plan here. The plan. Put some of this impressively easy duck breast portions from Gressingham. So we'll see how impressively easy these are. So this will be how to cook some food impressively easily on a bloody boat in a kind of stir-fry-esque manner, I guess. Now I don't know how this is going to come out. So it is a bit of a shit camera. We'll see how this goes. So number 1, first step, get some meat. Now normally this little stir fry I do with like a beef, bit of rump steak or any kind of beef you can get your hands on really. Beef can be quite expensive, as is duck. I think this is $4.50 for these 2 breasts. My plan at the moment is to just do one of them, but I don't know how big they are. They've kind of got a bit frozen as well. And they're not massive actually, so we'll go with them a double ski. Dip in tissue. Tissue is, as ever, in an awkward position. Okay, so try and angle you down here and see if we can get this meat. But you can, with the duck, it's quite fatty, so it's up to you whether you keep this on or not. Generally I try and keep it on with the duck, and then get the pan really hot, and when you drop it in it goes all nice and sizzling. So what you're aiming to do here is just chop these up into nice little slices. Kind of helps actually, this is frozen a bit. Doesn't help my fingers, but personally, I'm quite a fan of duck, so I find it quite tasty. This stuff, I've done it before, it comes out quite tender and quite soft actually. Now whether I do use oyster meat or not, it's kind of a bit irrelevant, because you can either, once you've done this little setup, which I'm going to show you, you can either stick it in the fridge or you can stick it in the freezer. Some good tips from one of the Chinese cooking channels, I think Zhang's Chinese Cooking, where they're saying once you've made up the sauce in your meat, that's just fat there, just fat, all fat, it can go in the bin. Once you've done up what we're about to do here, put it in a little plastic clip seal bag or whatnot, flatten it all down and just fold it over. So it's just a nice flat saucy mixture of meat, and stick that in the freezer. So then when you do get it out, you can just lay it out flat on the side, and it only takes a few minutes to unfreeze, which I thought that was quite a good idea. This bit here is actually quite fatty. As you can see, the meat's just falling off the fat now. So I think we'll leave some of that fat on here. Although I'm skinny, I don't think I need that much fat in my diet. You can just peel that right off. Size of that. Wow. Lovely bit of duck fat. You make some crackling with that, I was saying, if you're that way inclined. So, again, just slice these bits up. Try and get them nice and thin, so they cook fairly quickly and fairly well. Ideally, you don't really want chunks, because obviously chunks take longer to do, but I mean, look, like that, perfect little slices. Hopefully you can see that. And then I'm going to chuck these all in the old wok. As I say, I'm not sure if I'm going to do all of this yet. We'll see how much I actually end up making up here. So if you're doing this with the beef, ideally you want to cut it into nice thin bits like this. If you do get like a big chunk, you just kind of score it down the middle like that, and just sort of open it out. Any big bits, you just sort of score them, flatten them out. So right, as you can see, we've got a load of meat and a nice bit of fat. A bit awkward to do the fat here, really. I'll try and do everything in one meal, so I think I might throw that away. Not much we can do with that. Okay, right, so next step is wash your hands if you want. Probably a good idea, because you've been handling raw meat and you don't want to get raw meatage all over the place. Poison all your utensils, etc. Quick little wash. Alright, get that in there so the GoPro doesn't fall back in there. So right, cut up your meat. Stage 2. We're doing, if I don't put it in the title, keeping it on the low a little bit here, aren't I? We're doing essentially a beef in oyster sauce stir fry, but obviously not using beef, using duck. So this is my take on it, because everyone's got their own opinion of how to do these things. Oyster sauce, I'm using Sherwood's, whatever you want to call it. So I think you're going to be using about 400 grams of meat or something for this, but I don't know what I'm using, something like that. Looks about 400, doesn't it? So you want 2 tablespoons, it's the big ones, of oyster sauce. So it's about a tablespoon. Maybe a bit too much. Oh well, doesn't really matter too much. 2 tablespoons of that, 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce. And that is the basic saucing that you're doing. To keep the meat more soft, some people say add baking soda, especially with the beef, but yeah, I don't really see the point of it personally. I don't think it makes any difference. If you've got good beef, it should come out alright. If you've got shit beef, it's going to be a shit meal. Well, not shit, but you know what I mean. Now I like mine hot, so a bit of this in it. I found this in the supermarket. It's not your normal Tabasco, it's habanero version of it, I was saying. It's tastier, it's a lot better than the normal Tabasco. So a little bit of that just to get a mild heat on the back of it. I like things hot. This is my personal thing, because I don't use, you're meant to put some pepper in here. Say 3 or 4 sprinkles of pepper, or 3 or 4 shakes of the shaker. What pepper, and don't mind it, but where I get by that is Liam Perrins. Always good for all meals. Got to love a bit of Liam Perrins. Just keep the juices flowing downhill. And also, now they say I think it's a teaspoon of sugar, might be a tablespoon, but again I don't think you really need it, so I'll just put a little dash of honey on there just to add a little bit of sweetness but not overpower it, because as I say, I don't think you really need to sweeten this up. The flavour is inherent in the actual food. So right, that's the basics. Mixed all that up, and that's stage 1, and you're ready to move on to stage 2, which I will show you shortly. So I'll just give this a quick mix up, so I mean, we all know what's going to happen here, blah, blah, blah. But just so people kind of get the idea, mix all this up, and this is where I was saying, once you've done this, you can take a portion of it, stick it in a bag, stick it in the freezer, and then you've got a stir fry ready to go. All you've got to do then is stage 2, which will be vegetable cutting and stir frying, which takes no time at all. So this is like the main effort really, if you're going to call it that, other than like buying some bits and bobs and stuff. I should have thought about this really, because now I can't get to the sink. I'll move that out of the way. Try and pick. This is not going well. Try and pick that up without getting crap everywhere. There we go. So now, looking at this does look like a hell of a lot of meat, to be honest, so I might cut this into portions. One portion in my little box. I'll have a little stir fry tomorrow. But that was my plan. I was thinking this would be 2 portions, to be fair, when I was looking at it, but I don't know. What do you think, guys? Beef in oyster sauce, but with duck. And with Worcester sauce. Oh, and I forgot something else. Just for a bit of extra kick, a bit of crushed chillies. Can put a bit of garlic in it, but we are going to add garlic later, so up to you. I like garlic, so I'll just add a touch more, just to be cheeky. And that's that. So that's ready for cooking now. And then, as I say, we'll move on to stage 2 of doing the vegetables, which is simple and quick, and then we'll start cooking. So far, we are at a count of 13 minutes for this meal. Right, back soon, guys. Alright, back again. Okay, stage 2. An onion, or half an onion in my case. And some fresh garlic. And normally I would buy all the vegetables fresh, but because I'm on the boat, I like to try and use things up fairly quickly. I don't like things sitting around, because if I have to go away and I'm not here, I don't want to leave vegetables rotting on the boat. So we've got fresh onions and fresh garlic, and then just to make things quicker, because I keep wasting peppers and bean sprouts that seem to be hard to find for some reason these days. Just a quick Chinese mix, just got some peppers in there, water chestnuts, bamboo shoots, crunchy vegetables apparently. So I'll stick some of that in there. probably about half of this packet. And then you just want to chop up your onion a bit. Depends how you like your onions, really. If you don't like onions, I'd suggest that you chop this up really small into little bits that will melt into your meal. So you get the flavour, but you don't get the chunkiness, but I quite like big chunky onions. Kind of works well with the meal, I find. So just separate these all up a little bit. Fresh vegetables are always better because you've got the moisture in them and the flavour. So these vegetables are going to bring out the majority of the flavour in this stir fry. Maybe not the majority, but at least half of it I'd say is down to the vegetables. Especially the peppers. Peppers are important. You can add broccoli to this, you can add mushrooms. Broccoli and mushrooms are quite common in the, I think the Thai version of this meal. So up to you if you like them sort of vegetables, stick them in. Me personally, I'm not a big fan. So we'll just stick to the crunchy greens. At least we're getting some veg and all that sort of stuff inside us. Keeping you healthy whilst you're on your boat. That's what it's all about, getting some exercise, doing some locks, etc. What is that big lump on there? That's great, isn't it? Garlic's bloody mangled already. I haven't even got anywhere. I'm really losing garlic. Get your garlic done. Get rid of all the flaky shit. We don't want that. Chop this up how you like, really. I like to try and get it quite small, so you've got a bit of surface area when you put it in the pan. You can obviously add more as well. All of these vegetable quantities are kind of, don't really matter, to be fair. Quite often I add more garlic in this as well. So as I said, garlic's kind of one of the main flavours in this. You want a fair amount of garlic in there. So right, that's your vegetables basically. Normally I'd have a pepper, cut up your pepper. A bit of broccoli or whatever, bean sprouts, but as I say at the moment, a stir fry mix, onions and garlic. On to stage 3. Right, we're back. Stage 3. The cooking stage. So, you want to get your wok hot. Fairly rudimentary this bit. One sec, just going to grab myself a little step 2 as Steve Wallace would say. Step 2 is what happens once you've got camping or once you've got a boat or whatever. Number one, step one, get your log burner on. Step two, get your beverage on. Oi, oi. Or maybe a little bit of cheeky whiskey. Or even a cheeky little novelty. That was some weird thing I found in a local farm shop. It's not bad, it's a bit sweet and odd. It's like a kind of tea schnapps, I'd say. So anyway, this bit shouldn't take long. And I'm thinking after I've done it, I might even try and do that big bit of fat as well. That big bit of fat. Try and do that once I've done stir fry as like a little bit of a side dish. That's just warming up nicely. So oil wise, you want to use vegetable oil. I haven't got any vegetable oil, of course. Like most things, I've got everything wrong because I bought a load of stuff. Well, I thought I was going to cook one thing on the boat, and now I've decided that this is easier and healthier and stuff like that to cook. So I didn't kind of buy the right things in the first place. Put some tissue. So you want to get vegetable oil ready for Chinese and Thai cooking. I've got extra olive virgin oil, it'll do the job for the time being. It's kind of just different sort of flavoury that you get from it. It's starting to get hot, you can see the smoke coming off of the old pan there. So you want to get it nice and hot because, as I was saying, with this duck you've got a fair amount of fat on there. So essentially when we first put it in there, we want to give it a nice flash fry. So we're sizzling up that fat, trying to cook that a bit as quickly as possible, and also searing the flavour into the meat, etc. as well. Obviously it's red meat, so when we put it in there, it'll be quite obvious to see as it's cooking when you need to turn, etc. But we're just going to chuck this in first off and get it flash fried. Let's prepare the pan a little bit. Just like a tablespoon of oil. Maybe a bit more, up to you really. I try not to use too much because obviously you don't really want to cake your insides with oil. Just get that around the pan nicely. Okay, right, so process here, quick and easy. This is only going to take a few minutes, let's hope. So first in goes the garlic, and we'll put a bit of chilli in with that, and then the meat, and we'll sear the meat. Boom, 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 boom. Put chilli in there. Don't really know what that chilli's like, so don't put too much in. Need to get this fat out of the way because the fat shouldn't go in. Use your spatula. Now I did half this meat. Get the garlic in there a little bit. And that's the fat over there. I did half the meat portion, so probably a little bit smaller than I'd normally do, to be fair. It's going to be quite vegetable based, this one, rather than meat based. So just let that sear there for a little second. A little swig of your beer. Open up your next beer, ready. Now beef doesn't normally take as long as duck to cook. I find duck takes a little bit longer. So I normally give it a couple of extra minutes. You can see it's starting to brown off on the other side a little bit now. I'm just going to turn that over. As I was saying, because it's red meat, you can kind of tell which side's had the heat and which hasn't. So try and get all the red bits turned over. There's really not a lot of meat on one of these portions actually. I think I should have done both of these bits of meat, but oh well. Something to eat for tomorrow. Quick little stir fry. That's doing quite nicely. The fat could do a little bit more cooking, to be fair. But not much we can do about that at the moment. I'll just let that sizzle up. So during this process we're going to add more light soy sauce. You can kind of do it whenever you want really. I normally wait till I've got my vegetables in, so you're getting more of the flavour into all the vegetables as well as the meat. At the moment we're just cooking the garlic into the flavour of the meat. Making sure that's cooked through nicely. Making sure the fat's getting cooked. And so I should really have done a little more meat with this. I've put in a little bit spiky. Not bad, it'll do. So we put the garlic in there. So the next addition is going to be onion. Nice big chunks of onion. Get them all sauced up. Also put your, well not yet, I wouldn't put the peppers in yet because you want the peppers to be a bit crunchy as well as the onions, but onions take a little bit longer. So put your onions in first, get the flavour into them. Might just get really bloody hot in there now. And then we're going to put our veggie in. So one about half the veggie box. What this is going to do is all going to simmer down together into a nice, not a broth, but a vegetably mix, let's say. And all the moisture in all this vegetable will come out into the sauce we've already put in it. So then that, instead of having to add water from the tap, you're getting a natural moisture. So another tablespoon of light soy there. Add that as you will. But as I say, rather than adding water, you're getting the moisture from the vegetables and also the flavour out of the vegetables. That's the main thing. As I say, part of this meal is the flavour that you get with the vegetable, not just the meat. So this will just all now simmer itself down, and what you'll end up left with is a nice vegetably meaty mix. So just let that settle for a little bit. Oh, being attacked by a bean sprout now. Turn the flame down a little bit. Let it simmer. And you should be able to smell when this is right, as in the, if you've got the flavour of the mixture correct. Yeah, it smells good to me. Touch more light soy. A touch more chilli, I think. I haven't tried this one yet, as I said earlier, it's a new one. It smells pretty lively. Wicked bird's eye chilli sriracha seasoning. So pretty cheeky. As you can see now, it's just starting to, moisture's coming out of the vegetables, it's all just simmering down nicely. That's pretty much it. Pretty much ready for serving now. You can cook it a bit more if you want. Depends how you like the meat really. If you want it really soft, if you want it a bit more tough. Obviously people go for a soft meat generally, but that's pretty much there. Shame you can't smell that, guys. Lovely. So that's tonight's meal. Duck, vegetables, oyster sauce mix. And it's taken, I don't know, I have to look at how long the video ends up coming in the cup. I've been messing around meantime between cuts, so I can't really tell you too far, but there we go. One stir fry. And we will do the, whatever I've done with it, we'll do the fat as well, just to see how that comes out. If any of you are wondering what this little burner is, it's just a little paraffin heater. And there we go, guys. Stir fry a la Paul. Let's get this fat on the go before I let my food get cold. See how this comes out. Never done this before, so. Duck crackling, guys. So a bit of the stir fry. Try and find my fork. Well, cheers, guys. Let's give it a go. Oh, hot. Oh yeah. So that is good. I don't know if this is working really. Might need a bit more fat in it, I think. Fat, oil. This duck's lovely. Try a bit of oil on it. Don't put too much on there, otherwise it's gonna spitting everywhere, isn't it? Well, the bird's eye chilies are quite warm as well. I did put about 3 different helpings of chilli on here, so. Lovely. Look at that. Fresh veg, nice and crunchy. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is working. Season up the wok nicely. One way of seasoning your wok, I suppose. There's a massive lump of fat in it. You can buy this duck crackling in shops now. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. But yeah, I'm not a massive fan of it, to be fair. The mate thinks it's really nice, but I don't know about it. It's a bit thin. I mean, look at the size of this bit of crackling I'm doing. And you can see there's silly little bits. They're a bit small, I think. It's looking a bit burnt, so not too sure how far to go with this. So we'll leave it there and try dry it off. Sort of drip dry it type thing. And we'll see if it kind of solidifies a little bit. Trying to balance the bloody pan here. There we go. Right, we'll check back on the crackling turd in a minute, and I'll update you. And cheers for watching. It's been cooking a duck, oyster, chilli, vegetable stir fry on Bosley the boat. Nice and simple, nice and quick. I encourage some other people to push the boat out. That's terrible. And try some new foods, cooking some new stuff. Because this is going to be bloody lovely, and you know it, guys. Cheers, everyone. See you in a bit, ski. Time to finish my little stir fry.